Hi, it's Mr. Lonergan. I want to talk to you about one more strategy for SAT. It's called the reverse plug-in. It's very tricky sometimes to use, but it can be a very powerful and time-saving tool. I know I've got a reverse plug-in question if I have a complicated algebraic situation and numbers as possible answer choices. The idea of reverse plug-in is to use the answer choices to work backwards and solve the problem. A tip is to start by plugging in the middle number, usually answer choice C. And if that doesn't work, you can move up or down to get closer to your answer. Basically, it says that the answer has to be one of these 5 choices. So just plug them in until you get the answer that makes sense. This sample is written, and I want to talk through it for a second. The question was this: if 3 times the quantity x minus 1 over 2 equals 9 over x minus 2, what is the value of x? It's possible to do this with algebra, but it's a lot quicker to plug things in. The middle number is c, so I'm going to start there and plug in x equals 1. When I do that and plug in a 1 every time I saw an x, I get an interesting situation. 3 times 1 minus 1 becomes 3 times 0. And x minus 2 became 1 minus 2, which became negative 1. Now when I simplify this, I get 0 over 2 equals 9 over negative 1, which just doesn't work out at all. So it is not the answer. And I go back and say, C, no good. Next, you can try either way, but usually trying it one time will give you a sense of whether your number is too small or too big. In this case, if we go and try next choice D, we plug in 4 for x. Whenever there was an x, I put in a 4. When there was an x on the denominator, I put in a 4. And as I work through this example, I suddenly get 3 times 3 over 2 and 9 over 2, which gives me a statement that is true. And so I know that D is the best possible answer. Shall we try one together? Let's look at number 1. It says, if x is a positive integer and x plus 12 equals x squared, what is the value of x? Now some of you could probably look at this and do the algebra pretty easily. And if so, that's great. Whatever's quickest and correct is good to use. But let me use this as a way to talk through the strategy. I'm going to start with the middle number and let x equal 6. When I do that, I just rewrite the equation. Every time I see an x, replace it with 6. I get 6 plus 12 equals 6 squared. 6 plus 12 is 18. 6 squared is 36. That is not true. So I'm going to cross this out. And it seemed like 6 squared was much too big. So I'm going to try a smaller number. I'm going to go immediately to choice B, and I'm going to let x equal 4. I'm going to keep track of my calculations because I don't want to get confused. But now when I try 4 plus 12 equal 4 squared, 4 plus 12 is 16, 4 squared equals 16, so I now have a true statement. 16 equals 16. That means the correct answer is choice B. Good luck!